Saint Augustine commentary on Psalm 74 following. You have dried up the rivers of Etham, verse 15. What is Etham? For the word is Hebrew. What is Etham interpreted? Strong, stout. Who is in this strong and stout one, whose rivers God dries up? Who but that very dragon? For no one enters into the house of a strong man, that he may spoil his vessels, unless first he shall have bound fast the strong man. Mark 12:29. This is that strong man on his own virtue relying and forsaking God. This is that strong man who says, I will set my seat by the north, and I will be like the Most High. Isaiah 14:13. Out of that very cup of perverse strength he has given man to drink. Strong they will to be, who thought that they would be gods by means of the forbidden food. Adam became strong, of whom was reproachfully said, Behold, Adam has become like one of us. Genesis 3:22. As though they were strong to the righteousness of God, they have not been made subject. Romans 10:3. Observe ye that a man has put out of the way his own strength, and remained weak, needy, standing afar off, not daring even to raise his eyes to heaven, but smiting his breast and saying, O Lord, merciful be thou to me a sinner. Luke 18:13. Now he is weak, now he confesses his weakness. He is not strong. Dry land he is, be he watered with fountains and torrents. They are as yet strong who rely on their own virtue. Be their rivers dried up, let there be no advancement in the doctrines of the Gentiles, of wizards, of astrologers, of magic arts. For dried up are the rivers of the strong man, you have dried up the rivers of Etham. Let there dry up that doctrine, let minds be flooded with the gospel of truth. Your own is the day, of your own is the night. Verse 16. Who is ignorant of this thing, that he has himself made all these things? For by the word were made all things. John 1:3. To that very one himself who has wrought salvation in the midst of the earth, to him is said, Your own is the night. Something here we ought to perceive which belongs to that very salvation which he has wrought in the midst of the earth. Your own is the day. Who are these? The spiritual. And your own is the night. Who are these? The carnal. You have made perfect sun and moon, the sun spiritual man, the moon carnal man. As yet carnal he is, may he not be forsaken, and may he too be made perfect. The sun as it were a wise man, the moon as it were an unwise man. You have not, however, forsaken. For thus it is written, A wise man endures as the sun, but a foolish man as the moon is changed. Sirach 27:11. What then? Because the sun endures, that is, because the wise man endures as the sun, a foolish man is changed like the moon, is one as yet carnal, as yet unwise, to be forsaken? And where is that which has been said by the apostle, To the wise and unwise a debtor I am? Romans 1:14. You have made all the ends of the earth. Verse 17. Behold in what manner he has made the ends of the earth, that has wrought salvation in the midst of the earth. You have made all the ends of the earth. Summer and spring you have made them. Men fervent in the spirit are the summer. You, I say, hast made men fervent in the spirit. You have made also the novices in the faith. They are the spring. Summer and spring you have made them. They shall not glory as if they have not received. You have made them. Mindful be thou of this your creature. Verse 18. Of what creature of thine? The enemy has reviled the Lord. O Asaph, grieve over thine own blindness in understanding. The enemy has reviled the Lord. It was said to Christ in his own nation, a sinner is this man. We know not whence he is. We know Moses, to him God spoke. This man is a Samaritan. And the unwise people has provoked your name. The unwise people Asaph was at that time, but not the understanding of Asaph at that time. What is said in the former psalm? As it were a beast I have become unto you, and I am always with you. Because he went not to the gods and idols of the Gentiles. Although he knew not, being like a beast, yet he knew again as a man. For he said, always I am with you like a beast. And what afterwards in that place in the same psalm where Asaph is? You have held the hand of my right hand, in your will you have conducted me, and with glory you have taken me up. In your will, not in my righteousness, by your gift, not by my work. Therefore here also the enemy has reviled the Lord, and the unwise people has provoked your name. Have they all then perished? Far be it. For even the apostle Paul through unbelief had been broken, and through faith unto the root he was restored. So evidently the unwise people provoked your name, when it was said, if Son of God he is, let him come down from the cross. Matthew 27:40. But what do you say, O Asaph, now in understanding? Deliver not to the beasts a soul confessing to you. Verse 19. To what beasts save to those the heads whereof were broken in pieces upon the water? For the same devil is called beast, lion, and dragon. Do not, he says, give to the devil and his angels a soul confessing to you. Let the serpent devour, if still I mind things earthly, if for things earthly I long, if still in the promises of the Old Testament, after the revealing of the New, I remain. But as for much as now I have laid down pride and my own righteousness, I will not acknowledge but your grace. Against me, let proud beasts have no power. The souls of your poor forget thou not unto the end. Rich we were, strong we were, but you have dried up the rivers of Etham. No longer we establish our own righteousness, but we acknowledge your grace. Poor we are, hearken to your beggars. Now we do not dare to lift our eyes to heaven, but smiting our breasts we say, O Lord, be thou merciful to me, a sinner. Luke 18:30. Have regard unto your testament. Verse 20. Fulfill that which you have promised, the tables we have, for the inheritance we are looking. Have regard unto your testament, not that old one, not for the sake of the land of Canaan, I ask, not for the sake of the temporal subduing of enemies, not for the sake of carnal fruitfulness of sons, not for the sake of earthly riches, not for the sake of temporal welfare. Have regard unto your testament, wherein you have promised the kingdom of heaven. Now I acknowledge your testament. Now understanding is Asaph, no beast is Asaph. Now he sees that which was spoken of. Behold, the days come, says the Lord, and I will accomplish with the house of Israel and of Judah a new testament, not after the testament which I ordered with their fathers. Have regard unto your testament, for they that have been darkened have been filled of the earth of unrighteous houses, because they had unrighteous hearts. Our houses are our hearts. Therein gladly dwell they that are blessed with pure heart. Matthew 5:8. Have regard therefore unto your testament, and let the remnant be saved. Romans 9:27. For many men that give heed to earth are darkened and filled with earth. For there has entered into their eyes dust, and it has blinded them, and they have become dust which the wind sweeps from the face of the earth. They that have been darkened have been filled of the earth of unrighteous houses. For by giving heed to earth they have been darkened, concerning whom there is said in another psalm, Let their eyes be blinded, that they see not, and their back ever bowed thou down. With earth then they that have been darkened have been filled with the earth of unrighteous houses, because they have unrighteous hearts. Let not the humble man be turned away confounded. Verse 21. For them pride has confounded. The needy and helpless man shall praise your name. You see, brethren, how sweet ought to be poverty. Ye see that poor and helpless men belong to God, but poor in spirit, for of them is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:3. Who are the poor in spirit? The humble men trembling at the words of God, confessing their sins, neither on their own merits nor on their own righteousness relying. Who are the poor in spirit? They who, when they do anything of good, praise God, when anything of evil, accuse themselves. Upon whom shall rest my spirit, says the prophet, but upon the humble man, and peaceful, and trembling at my words. Isaiah 66:2. Now therefore Asaph has understood, now to the earth he adheres not, now the earthly promises out of the Old Testament he requires not. Arise, O Lord, judge thou my cause. Verse 22. Because I am not able to show my God as if I were following an empty thing, they revile me. And not only heathen or Jew or heretic, but sometimes even a Catholic brother does make a grimace when the promises of God are being preached, when a future resurrection is being foretold. And still even he, thou already washed with the water of eternal salvation, bearing the sacrament of Christ, perchance says, And what man has yet risen again? And I have not heard my Father speaking out of the grave since I buried him. God has given to his servant a law for time, to which let them betake themselves. For what man comes back from beneath? And what shall I do with such men? Shall I show them what they see not? I am not able. For not for the sake of them ought God to become visible. I see not, he says, that what am I to believe? Your soul is sin, then, I suppose. Fool, your body is sin, your soul who does see? Since therefore your body alone is seen, why are you not buried? He marvels that I have said, if body alone is seen, why are you not buried? And he answers, for he knows as much as this, because I am alive. How know I that you are alive, of whom I see not the soul? How know I? You will answer, because I speak, because I walk, because I work. Fool, by the operations of the body I know you to be living. By the works of creation can you not know the Creator? And perchance he that says, when I shall be dead afterwards I shall be nothing, has both learnt letters and has learnt this doctrine from Epicurus, who was a sort of doting philosopher, or rather lover of folly, not of wisdom, whom even the philosophers themselves have named the hog, who said that the chief good was pleasure of body. This philosopher they have named the hog, wallowing in carnal mire. From him perchance this lettered man has learned to say, I shall not be after I have died. Dried up be the rivers of Etham. Perish those doctrines of the Gentiles, flourish the plantations of Jerusalem. Let them see what they can, in heart believe what they can't see. Certainly all those things which throughout the world now are seen, when God was working salvation in the midst of the earth, when those things were being spoken of, they were not then as yet, and behold, at that time they were foretold, now they are shown as fulfilled, and still the fool says in his heart, there is no God. Woe to the perverse hearts! For so will there come to pass the things which remain, as there have come to pass the things which at that time were not, and were being foretold as to come to pass. Hath God indeed performed to us all the things which he promised, and concerning the day of judgment alone has he deceived us? Christ was not on the earth. He promised, he has performed. No virgin had conceived. He promised, he has performed. The precious blood had not been shed, whereby there should be effaced the handwriting of our death. He promised, he has performed. Not yet had flesh risen again unto life eternal. He promised, he has performed. Not yet had the Gentiles believed. He promised, he has performed. Not yet heretics armed with the name of Christ against Christ were warring. He foretold, he has performed. Not yet the idols of the Gentiles from the earth had been effaced. He foretold and has performed. When all these things he has foretold and performed concerning the day of judgment alone has he lied? It will come by all means as these things came, for even these things before they came to pass were future, and as future were first foretold, and afterwards they came to pass. It will come, my brethren. Let no one say it will not come. Or it will come, but far off is that which will come. But to yourself it is near at hand to go hence. If you shall have done that which the devil does suggest, and shall have despised that which God has commanded, there will come the judgment day, and you will find that true which God has threatened, and that false which the devil has promised. Remember your reproaches, those which are from the imprudent man all the day long. For still Christ is reviled, nor will there be wanting all the day long, that is, even unto the end of time, the vessels of wrath. Still is it being said, vain things the Christians do preach. Still it is being said, a fond thing is the resurrection of the dead. Remember your reproaches, But what reproaches save those which are from the impudent man all the day long? Doth a prudent man say this? Nay, for a prudent man is said to be one far-seeing. If a prudent man is one far-seeing, by faith he sees afar, for with eyes scarce that before the feet is seen. Forget not the voice of them that implore you, verse 23. While they groan for and expect now that which you have promised from the New Testament, and walk by that same faith, do thou not forget the voice of them imploring you. But those will say, Where is your God? Let the pride of them that hate you come up always to you. Do not forget even their pride, nor does he forget. No doubt he does either punish or amend.